Hello, this is Prophet Phil Rich, and today on the Prophet's Corner, we are continuing to answer questions on the prophetic. Now today, this question is from Mark Bounds, and he wants to know about the misuse of saying God told me or God gave me a word, and how to handle that. Well, this is what I would say, Mark. If God really tells somebody something, they should say, I really believe God has told me this. If they don't know for sure, they need to say that. I don't know for sure, but I think this could be the Lord, and you judge. So that should be how it's handled. I believe we should be very honest in the prophetic, and that people need to share what they're receiving and how they're receiving it. And if they believe it's really God saying something, they need to say that. But if they're not sure, they need to say that. So I think it comes down to communication, and that people need to communicate truthfully what is in their heart and what God is saying or what they think God may be saying, so that we can judge those things. And then the use of titles. Should someone who is a prophet be addressed by other people as a prophet? Well, let's talk about titles. Now, I don't believe a person should ever have a title without a function. In other words, if somebody was a judge, but let's say that they never really were a judge, but they had the title of judge. Well, it's kind of ridiculous, don't you think, to use a title without a function. So let's look at function, and let's also look at honor. Now, for your own parents, let's say if you had a father and a mother, you probably would not address them on a first name basis. I know I never did that. I never called my dad by his first name or my mother by their first name. And I mean, I knew they were my parents, but out of honor, I would call my earthly father Dad. I would address him as Dad and my mother as Mother, even though they had a first name. Why did I do that? I believe it's because of honor. I honored who they were to me. Now, if you were to meet the President of the United States, you would not address him by the first name basis, would you? Of course not. And why is that? It's because of honor. You would address him as Mr. President or President and first and last name. Now, it's the same way with a judge. If you go into a courtroom and there's a judge and you try to address that judge on a first name basis, he will correct you and tell you, in this court, I am Judge so-and-so, and you will address me in that way. It's because of honor. So if someone truly is a prophet or apostle, they should be addressed that way, particularly in public, out of honor for who they are. And I see it in the Word of God. I have done a study through all the Old and New Testament, and the Bible calls the prophets Prophet Elijah, Prophet Elisha, Prophet Joel, Prophet Amos. It goes through and it literally uses the word prophet before their first name. I also saw it in the New Testament as well. And look at Paul. Paul, whenever he would address the churches he had started, and they knew he was the apostle, but he said, Paul, called to be an apostle of Jesus Christ, in every book he wrote. Now listen, if it's that important, it must be important. I believe it's more about honor than it is about title. And so I think we need to look at this in the right way. If someone is truly a prophet of God, I will call them Prophet so-and-so, Prophet Bill, Prophet Smith, Prophet Joe, in public. To their faces, I may not. I may address them on a first name basis at that point. But I believe it's all about honor. And remember this, God said, those who honor me, I will honor. He also said, if you honor my servants, you've honored me. And we certainly want to honor God. So in certain situations, we should show honor. In certain situations, we should know that honor is in order. I hope this helps you. And remember, always show honor, and God will show honor to you. God bless.